Hey guys, this is Miss Marshall. We're going to talk a little bit today about regression equations using our Desmos graphing calculator. So let's start off with a problem. And this problem talks about anthropologists use a linear model. One thing that I want you to look at here, it tells you what kind of model you're using. So you know that you're going to be looking for a linear regression equation, and that's going to be helpful to you when you go to plug in your information. Remember, you have y equals mx plus b is your linear equation. When you plug it into Desmos, you're going to plug in the length of your femur and the x values and the height and the y. And they actually have subscripts on them in there. So when you type your equation in Desmos, you're going to have y sub 1 is equal to, and this m in Desmos, they use it as an a, so a sub 1 plus b. So that's going to be the equation that you use. Rather than have an equal sign in what you're doing in Desmos, you're going to use the tilde mark. And that's located right above the tab key to the left of the 1 key, and you have to hit shift to get it. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to it. And then finally, for our answers, they want us to round our answers to the nearest tenth. So we're looking at 2 places after the decimal. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull up Desmos. And when we pull up Desmos, we're going to plug this in. All right, so if we go to Desmos, here we go. If you notice this little plus sign up here, we're going to hit that plus sign, and you can write your expression, you can put notes, you can put a table, you can put an image, but we're more looking right now at the table. So notice you have your table there, and we're going to add in our information from our table. So give me just a second. I'm going to pause it and I'm going to enter in the information. All right, so now I have all of my information typed in my table. And if you notice this little magnifying glass over here, if you click on that, then we have our points here. All of our points are plotted that we have. Now I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to hit the plus sign and the expression so that I can come back in and add my equation. Well, like we talked about, we're looking for a linear equation. So we're going to type this equation in for a linear equation. So we have y, and then if you hit the 1 directly after the y, it goes to a subscript. Then if I hit shift and the button directly to the left of the 1 or right above the tab key, that gives the tilde mark. Then we're going to do A, and if I hit X1 right in succession, that puts it as a subscript, plus B. So that is my equation for a linear equation, a line equation. A couple of things I want to look at here. This R value here is known as the correlation coefficient. The closer this number is to 1, the better the correlation is. You notice this doesn't go through every single one of those points, so it's not necessarily a perfect correlation, but it's a 96.58% correlation, so it's a pretty good correlation. Then I want you to look down here at the parameters. This, if I click right below it, this gives me what my equation would be. So if I come back in and if I type y equals, and I'm going to type in, and what we had to do for our equation, it said to round to the nearest tenth, so that's 2 places after the decimal. So I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to type in 1.92x plus 80.68. So this is my B value that goes here. This is my A value that goes here. So that's my equation. So if I look at that, that's a perfect match for what we had. that is my linear equation, or my line of best fit, my regression equation line for the information that I was given. So if I come back over here, and they want me to find the regression equation that matches the given data, if I go to the next screen, kind of have this information in there. Make sure that you type your information in Desmos in a table form. Click on your magnifying glass, lower left-hand corner, so you can see your points. Look to see what type of graph the problem tells you to use. In this case, it was linear. Type in the general format for what you're looking for, and we'll talk about those in just a second. Look at your R value under the statistics, and the closer the number is to 1, the better match your equation is to your points. The R stands for correlation coefficient. And I can't spell. All right, correlation coefficient. There we go. Now, if I look at all of the information that I had, looking at my line, that's my information. I just cut and pasted it from, and that's the same thing I did before. This was a separate time that I did it, but if you notice, it still comes up with the same information. So there's my linear regression equation for problem 1. For the second problem, let's look at the information that we're given. And a couple of things we'll need to take into account when we look at them. Again, we want a linear regression equation, okay? And then, after we find the linear regression equation, we want to use that model to predict the soft drink sales, the number of cans, if the temperature is 95 degrees. So we're looking for the Y value in this case when X is 95. So again, this is my X values, and this over here is going to be my Y values. So I'm not going to take time to plug it all into Desmos again. I think you can do it. I'll look over here. This is what it looks like. This is what my graph looks like. Okay? So once I've plugged all of that in, I look at my information down here. Again, this is my linear equation. Remember to use your sub 1s for Y's and X's, and I have my tilde mark. Okay? So I have all of that information in. This is a 96.73 match, pretty good match. My A value is 16, my B value is negative 621. So I'm going to come back up here, and in my equation, Y equals 16.41. We were supposed to round to the nearest decimal, to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to come back, and because that's a 6 here, I'm going to round that up to a 2. Then I have minus 621.826, because that's a 6, I'm going to round that up to a 3. So this is my equation. Then I simply plug in when X is 95, so I plug in an X here, simply plug it into my equation, and I can go back in and I can let you see what that looks like. And to show you how I get my answer. So let's go over here to Desmos, and I'll just simply plug it into a new equation. So I'm going to take 16.42 times 95, because that was the temperature we wanted it to be, minus 621.83, and that gives me 938.7. So if I go back over here, and I round that to the nearest amount, so 938. So that's how I came up with those answers. For this one, we're going to use Desmos and a quadratic regression. All right, so now we got to change our thinking just a little bit, because we're talking about a quadratic equation model. So when we talk about a quadratic equation, remember standard form of a quadratic is ax squared plus bx plus c. Well, when we plug it into Desmos, we're going to do y sub 1 tilde ax sub 1 squared plus bx sub 1 plus c. We have to make sure we put these subscripts in so that Desmos knows to use the values from our table, x values and our y values. So this will be my X. These will be my Y's. Plug those all into a table. That's what it looks like. This is my graph. I hit my magnifying glass down there to get my points. Okay. And this is what it looks like when I plug in my quadratic equation. My R value is 9.6, so that's very close to 1. These are my A, B, and C values. So again, I have to make sure that I look underneath where it says parameters. So that gives me my A, B, and C values. This time I rounded to the nearest 100 simply because I needed a few more decimal places. So this is going to be negative 0.008 x squared plus 0.746 x. I rounded that up because that's an 8 plus 13.472. When I graph that, that's what my equation looks like, and that's my linear regression equation for that information for these sets of data. If I continue on and I look at this one, nearest 100, again, read what you're looking for. You're looking for a quadratic regression, rounding all constants to 3 decimal places. And then here's a big one on this one. We're going to use x equals 1 for 1991. For 1992, it's going to be 2. So when we start plugging these in, this will be, for my x value, I'll have this is 1. This would be a 4, 7, 10, and 13. Well, then they want to know the average cost of a new sedan when it reaches 37,000. So this would be my y. So when y is equal to $37,000. Okay? So we want to know what year it would probably, what year is the average cost going to be about $37,000. So we plug this in for our x values, this in for our y values. There we go. Quadratic equation, that's what our regression equation looks like for a quadratic. Very, very close to 1. Notice how good this matches. That's pretty good. All right? And then we plug this in for A, this in for B, this in for C. So our equation is going to be y is equal to 60.3, and I forgot what I said I rounded to, 3 decimal places. Awesome. All right, so 60.318x squared plus 602.222x plus 3.2. So if I graph that, right, and now I want to know what would be my cost. So what I'm looking for here is when y is equal to 37,000. So this is my y-axis here, 37,000. Okay, so I found that. And then I'm looking here for my year. So 15.921, I'm going to round that up to year 16. So 16 years from where we began, which was 1991, would be 2016. All right, so in 2016, the cost would be around $37,000 for a four-door sedan. And the last one that we're going to look at, we're looking at a cubic model. So a cubic model, we got to think just a little different about what it's going to look like, and we want to know the estimated life expectancy for a person born in the year 2050. All right, so a cubic model, here we go. Cubic model, largest number has to be cubed. So we got all of those, and then we just add D. We plug in our numbers, and again, what I did, I just used starting with 1970 being the first year, and then 80, 90, 100 years, 110. So if we look at that, all right, so when we have this, this is what a cubic looks like. We hit our little hourglass, and look at that. And Then we come back, we find